Hello everyone to this video. As you guys know, it's Ramadan season, so a lot of Muslims are fasting right now, maybe you too. They don't drink or eat anything for a certain period of time. And in this video, I want to tell you how to avoid the yo-yo effect because a lot of people don't really know if Ramadan is ending or comes to the end. The Muslims or everyone who is doing Ramadan are just eating a lot, and it can cause this kind of weight regain, so as we call the yo-yo effect. And so it's really important to eat mindfully during fasting now, and especially when returning to normal eating. So as you know, nutrition during Ramadan is a really important thing that not a lot of people just know. After fasting, like when they do the iftar, it's like the end of fasting and you start, drinking or eating dates. Then a lot of people just starting to eat everything that I see. Like it can be a donut, it can be a kebab, it can be, food which is not directly good for your body after a fasting season. And so nutrition during Ramadan is a really important thing. So the first thing is the suhoor. I hope I just pronounced it really good. It's a pre-dawn meal, and there it's really important to eat a lot of proteins like eggs or yogurt, healthy fats like nuts, seeds, and olive oil, or slow digesting carbohydrates, for example, oats or whole grain bread and bulgur. And please avoid a lot of sugar and refined flour because they make you hungry again really quickly. The second is the iftar. It's when you're breaking your fast. And normally you start really light, like with water and one or two dates or a soup. And then you should go with plenty of vegetables, protein-rich food like fish, chicken, or lentils, and moderate portions of carbohydrates. But please don't try to make up for everything you missed during the day because a lot of people are like, okay, I didn't just eat for 10 hours. They just force themselves to eat everything that is just on the table, everything what their mom just did without thinking, okay, is it good right now for my body? And the most important thing is the hydration. So it's important to drink at least 2 liter between iftar and suhoor, and water and unsweetened tea. But please avoid soft drinks or fruit juice because sugar is the enemy when you're fasting. And after Ramadan, so when the whole fasting season is over, it's like, I think 18th March. I don't really sure about that, but it's a mid of March. So, and after Ramadan, it's really important to avoid common mistakes. For example, to eat much larger portions, suddenly snack frequently, or consume a lot of sugar and fat because they think, okay, it's over now that I'm just fast for a certain time for a whole month. But the body stores energy really quickly. And when you overeat yourself after this Ramadan season, after this fasting season, you experience the yo-yo effect. So you gain more weight and more fat and more sugar than you had before. So it's better to increase portions gradually, to keep a regular meal structure that you had before, so not overeat or overdo it with food and everything you have, because food is not running away from you. You don't have to be scared about that. And you have to continue focusing on high protein intake, plenty of vegetables, and complex carbohydrates. I think these are the 3 things that are really important for you during and after Ramadan, after your fasting season. And other important factors are also physical activities like sport, regular sleep, and enjoy sweets mindfully and occasionally. So the whole point is about fasting, eating, Ramadan, and all these things is that it's not about eating less, but it's eating right. And transitioning slowly after Ramadan is the key when you do it. So I hope you can just learn a bit about in this video. So I hope you learned a bit in this video how you should behave during Ramadan, what you should eat, and how to avoid this yo-yo effect. Because I know a lot of people, especially old women and men, like parents, they do this. They don't really look for healthy food or what the body needs. They're just only focusing on, okay, they're looking at the time, and when the time is over, they're like, okay, now I can just break my fast and put everything that I found on the table which I can eat in my mouth, and then I'm just full. But that's not the point, because Ramadan is a season and time where you should be closer to God, where you should be closer to your religion, and I mean to clean your mind, to be more peaceful, to find to make a stronger connection to God that you don't normally have. Because I think when you don't really read the Quran or the Bible or anything else, and don't really have this kind of like connection to God, Ramadan season, it's a really good time to do it and to find maybe God, maybe your purpose, and everything around them. It's a kind of like spiritual thing that you can do. And I can tell you, it is hard at the first time to not eat or drink for hours, but after you sip your first water and eat anything you have, like your date, or eat anything, I swear to you, you feel so grateful for it. It is like a completely different thing, because when I first did it, I really missed water. I missed food, and I was like, I become a bit crazy because I didn't have anything in my body. But at the moment I break my fast, it really felt like I had so much gratitude in myself, and was so thankful and grateful to God that I had food and water. And I think this is like a kind of like message that everyone should have, like the feeling of being grateful for what you have, and be closer to God, because maybe you don't really see what you have, but when you're doing fasting or avoid for things that is really common for you, like food and water, and suddenly you have to avoid these things, you really miss them. And these are the things that I appreciate a lot. So this experience during Ramadan. And I can tell you, you don't need to be a Muslim to do Ramadan. You don't need to read the Quran to be Muslim, or to do that, to do Ramadan, to do fasting. For me, it's a thing that every single person should try. So you don't have to fast a whole month. You don't need to do that. But one day, do it and tell me your experience when you just did it. And don't be afraid to do it because you have the feeling that you're different, or you say, but I'm Christian and I cannot do anything which Muslims do. That's bullshit, because at the end of the day, we all are humans and we all have to make our own experience. And Ramadan is a good example of making new experiences, especially when you didn't do this normally. And yeah, so I also wanted to say shout out on every Christian or non-Muslim who doing Ramadan. For every Christian or non-Muslim who are here and who thinking about fasting or making these experiences, just do it. Don't listen to anyone else. Just do it because you do it for you. You do it because you want to experience new things, and this is a really cool thing. So don't limit yourself to be in one space and say I am this, but you're not this. You're more than that, and you have the right to make more experiences, even though other people don't really expect it from you. So just make it, do what you want, make a lot of experiences, make new things, and Ramadan is a really good example, and it's the right time to do it right now. So I hope this video was helpful for you. So don't forget to follow and to like, and we see us in the next video.